Hello guys, welcome to my channel, and today we'll be looking at a complete guide on Logger++ extension. It is a free extension and it is the most popular extension in burpsuite. So if you are not using this extension to increase your speed in finding bugs and to have the most out of burpsuite, then this video is surely for you. Okay, so firstly let's start with the installation and what Logger++ is. So for installation you need to go to the extender tab, and then you will see options like extensions, BApp Store, API options. So in BApp Store you can either search for Logger++, which is over here, which will be the first result, or you can just do a popularity search, and you can see it is so damn popular it will just be on the third ranking. And also it's free. So if you are poor like me and you can't get this active scan extension which requires burpsuite Pro, then Logger++ is surely for you. And also the pro users can also use this because again it has extremely good functionality. So let's start what it is. So Logger++ will record and will save all the requests and response which the burpsuite has. For example, if you are using some tool and if you are visiting something and you are visiting other websites and whatever requests and all of which were made, all of them will be saved inside Logger++. So right now it is empty. Just now let's just reload this, and now you can see all of this data has come over here. So these are all the requests which were made by the burpsuite. So if I go to proxy and if I just make this request again, burpsuite will obviously show the most important request only, because it doesn't matter, we don't need the extra useless request. While in Logger++ you will get every request including the JavaScript files and all the other files which were there. So one thing about Logger++, it will save everything. So that is amazing. And you can also filter values, which is the most important feature of this thing, Logger++. So I'll be solving two labs quickly. I'll be solving two labs right now. One of the labs is Csrf lab and the other lab is the CORS lab. So to fully understand what CORS is and Csrf is, you can view my link down in the description where I solved these two labs with proper explanation. Just for quickly explaining you guys, I'll be solving this lab and I'll be showing you how Logger++ helped me to solve this and to find this CORS vulnerability in a few seconds and find this Csrf vulnerability in a few seconds. So firstly I'll teach you how to make filters. That's the first step. So for filters you have three options. You can just right click on it and you'll find it three options. One is response, request and entry. So response is what we get back, request is what we make. Okay, so if I'm making a request, I can make a get request, post request. There are so many types of requests, right? So request is what we make, response is what we get. Okay, so what if I want to check all the post requests? So post requests are provided over here, which is the method can be get or method can be post. Okay, so to know all the post requests, I'll right click, I'll say request and I'll go to method. Then I'll add a equal to mark, because there are two equal to in programming every time you'll see, and I'll just add a double quotes and I'll put post, and you will see all these three having post request will be highlighted over here. So all the values which are there which made a post request are highlighted here. So you might be thinking, okay fine, what's so useful in this, what's so great in this, this is not much of a use, right? But I'll show you how useful can this be when I'll be solving these two labs. Okay, so one is that for example, when you're solving a CORS lab, you know that yes, there is a CORS vulnerability, and now since you know there's a CORS vulnerability, you'll be actively looking for them. But in a real case scenario, when you don't know what the other website will be vulnerable to, because you need to test everything and you can't just keep testing everything because you don't know what is there. So it's just like a pain, how much can you search, how much can it. So Logger++ will be making your life so simple and so quick. So firstly I'll just open this. Till the time the lab is loading, I'll teach you more filters. So equal to is for comparison. Then there is something like inferred type. Okay, let's also do this. So response, which we get back, dash inferred type, I can do equal to Json. So what this means that whatever response I got in Json is my is like what I'm looking for. For example, if I'm looking for response to be in HTML, I'll see, you can see over here. For example, this request, the response I got was in HTML. You can see this HTML over here. And also one more great thing, when you find a request, you can just whenever you click on some request, you can see in the right side that what is the code, what is the response which we get. So you just need to select it, and then you can see the response, you can see, and also what was the request. So you can also right click on it, send it to integer, repeater, and again it's very useful in that. So let's just show you how I easily found cost vulnerability even though I was not actively looking for it. See, not hard, since I know this lab is vulnerable to CORS, what people will do is that they'll like make a request, they'll intercept in the proxy, and they'll make a CORS request, and they now know, oh, okay, wow, it's vulnerable to CORS. But in real case, you can't keep testing everything. So for example, right now I'm just going to log in as a normal user. Just imagine this is a normal website and I'm just logging in as a normal user, and this is my account, this is my API key, and I'm going to update my email. Let's make it yoyo@gmail.com, and see, everything is done. This is just my account, everything is fine. Okay, there's nothing great over here. See, now if I was using normal proxy, then I would have to intercept the response. They have to find out that, okay, fine, is this vulnerable to CORS or not. Again, if you don't know CORS, you can go down in the description and you can watch that video, but I'll just explain you in just a quick second. If something is vulnerable to CORS, then you need to be looking at this header. You need to find this header. Okay, this is the header which you need to find. So for finding something, what will you do is that you will do response, because we are getting this header in the response. So I'll type right click response, then we are getting it as a header. This is a header. Okay, this is the header which we are looking for if you are looking for CORS vulnerability. Then I'll say response.header contains, okay, contains the particular value which I put in quotes, and if I press enter, you can see all of these values which have the header. For example, I click on this thing, you can see that there is this header which is access control allow origin over here. Okay, fine, this is here. So these are all the requests which contain that access control allow origin header. So all of these requests over here have that header, so it can help me find CORS vulnerability faster and quicker rather than me having to intercept every request in proxy. This is quite quicker and better, and you can actually check for so many at the same time, that all of these have this header. Now let's also do this, let's take it one step forward. What if we don't want to type this whole line every time? What if we just don't to do this, you don't want to type this such a big line every single time you come here? So what you can do is that you can go and make a filter library. What filter library is that you type in the filter which you want, and you just give it a pet name or a name. For example, just say what I just the header which I just made, I just named it CORS, and this is the value you can see over here, that response.header contains access control allow credentials. Again, let's make an filter for Csrf. Okay, so firstly for Csrf vulnerability, the method should be post. So method, so I'll say request dot method equal to post. Okay, so you can see all of these are post request, and also in the request I have also added something, that request.body, this this exclamation mark means does not, and obviously you can use and, or and means both of the conditions should be true, or means one of the conditions should be true, and then this not symbol means that should not be equal to, that means method should be post and the body should not contain the word Csrf. Okay, and so I'll just make and the body, which is the request body, request.body, should not contain the word contain, contain, should not contains the word which is Csrf. Okay, so but this should not be equal to, right, it should not be containing, so I'll be adding the explanation mark in here. Yep, and now I can just press enter, and these are all the Csrf post request made over here. I'm not saying all of these are vulnerable to Csrf, but it's really quick to find like these might be the potential ones, like how many are left. If for example, if I'll just press enter, and you can see how like about how many requests were made. 95 requests have been made, but now if I use this filter, you just need to check for 7 of them. Okay, and since we know that the target we are looking for is just two web place, because this is the website which we are checking, right, AC711, so we don't need to add the other request as well. We just need to look at these two requests, and we need to check is it vulnerable to Csrf or not. So as you can see, there is a Csrf over here, so we don't need to check it. Okay, then this should have worked, right? Just a second, guys, I might have messed something up. Okay, I guess it's right. Maybe it's Csrf equal to something. Don't worry, guys, I just know you get the idea. For example, now if I copy this, and to make a new snippet, I'll click on add snippet, and I'll name it whatever I want, like Csrf2, and I'll type in the filter which we just made, and just that's it. Then now once you have made a snippet, you can go over here and then you can type hashtag Csrf. So now you don't need to just type everything, you just need to type the alias name with the hashtag, and it will get you the values. Cool. Wait a second, see, now that request is not coming, the other one which had Csrf request. Maybe I messed up in here. Okay, this should be request.body. I put response.body, that's why I was not getting the correct result. Okay, let's make it request. Yeah, now the filter which we just made, which is Csrf2, will also give the same result. Cool, right? So now filter library was to make this process faster. For like rather than typing the whole thing, you can just type that one word. But there's one more thing that you might be thinking: why is this dark blue? Why is this light blue? Why is it white? Why is this pink? Because Logger++ can help you colorize stuff. For example, if I want to see all the post requests, then I can just add a color to it. So I can just made a custom color for whatever I want. For example, for course, I have made it brown color. So I can check that this thing over here might be vulnerable to course, because I have this header over here. See, now there's just solve the course lab. Cool. So firstly, I have made a course filter. You can just copy this if you want. Request.header contains access control allow credentials, and or response.header contains access control allow origin. Cool. And I'll just delete these ones which are not required right now. Cool. So now I'll put hashtag course. If that's done, then you can see all of these variables which are vulnerable to course. But our target is this one, AC7, which you can see over here. Again, you can filter by host as well. That's again amazing to find it quickly. Now in AC7 we have two requests, which is account details. So now you can see that out of all the requests which were made to AC7, like thousands of requests might have been made, right? Like each and every picture was loaded, everything was loaded, but we know that these two are the only requests which might be vulnerable to course, because we can see this header. Now I'll send this to the repeater, and I'll check is it really vulnerable to course, and by adding the origin header. Again, if you don't understand this thing, it's okay. I'm just showing you how quick Logger++ can be. So I'm typing www.evil.com, and as you can see that evil.com is reflected in the response. Oh, like seriously vulnerable to course. So again, we just found out so quickly, right? And even for Csrf vulnerability, we can do the same, where I just need to type in hashtag Csrf. But before that, we need to obviously make a filter of Csrf, that because that method is post, because it works in post request only Csrf. Okay, now let's get to grep values, since we know how to filter it and all. So we have done this. Also, one more thing, if you want to know more about this, for example, if you are looking for the response in HTML and JSON, so you can do response.insert type in, and then you can add brackets, and you can just type JSON comma HTML. Then you can see all of the like which requests which you have, or either have their info type. I guess you can see it. Yeah, all of them will have info type as HTML or JSON. So if you're looking only for JSON request, then you can just do this. Cool. Or you can even use equal to, like equal to JSON. Then all you will see is JSON request. Info type equal to, yeah, now this will work. So now you can see, okay, all of these are the JSON requests, and obviously JSON requests are quite interesting. So you can just now think that what can I do more about this and all. So that's one thing. Now view logs has been done. You can view all the logs. Filter library, you can make your own aliases for quick filtering. Now grep values. Now let's go to grep values. And just before grep values, let's do one more thing. That I told you that Logger++ also helps you see what burpsuite is doing right now. So if I am a request tab and I run some extension, for example, if I run param minor and I say maybe guest headers, and I click on OK. So you don't know what is actually happening right now. You can't see anything like what is happening, and that's quite a bit of confusion, right? Is it working? Is it not working? So Logger++ again helps you in this too. You can clearly see the request. See, you can see 140, 141, 142, 143. So you can see all of these requests are continuously being made, and all of them are actually being recorded in real time in Logger++. So you can actually know that what is actually happening when you're running that extension. You can see that, okay, fine, now it is guessing this header, now some other header has been guessed, and it's how it is working and all. So all of these requests will be logged in Logger++. So if there is some trigger which actually happens, that if there is some value which inserted actually gave you this origin header. Okay, so if the trigger really happened, you can now easily search for scores or Csrf, just like that. So this is again one amazing thing, because it will record each and every value, even from all the extensions. Just one thing to make sure before you do that is that always remember Logger++ should be at the bottom. So you can move it up by clicking up, but you can move it down by clicking down. So just remember Logger++ to keep it down, always at the bottom. Cool. Now let's look at grep values. So now using grep values, you can find out some particular results if you want. For example, I have these two grep values with me, and I'll just type in the grep values, and as you can see, I don't see. Okay, now as you can see, I can see the results which are there. So this grep value which I used is for find any type of HTTP, FTP, HTTP, like any kind of request which was made to any kind of website. So this can be very useful. For example, if finding open redirect vulnerability or some kind of vulnerability, then it can be very useful. Then you can check, okay, all of these requests were being made. Okay, like this request was being made, all of these domains were being requested. Then you can check why was this requested, how it can I leverage this and all. For example, just looking at this GitHub link, you can see that some request was have been made. For example, you can see github.com in the origin referer. And you can see all the unique values as well. So sometimes you might get something interesting. Also one more thing, which is email disclosure. Let me just copy this and paste it in the regex. Now you'll see all the, you remember when I changed when I was solving the course lab and I changed my email address to YoYo, remember? So what you can do is that when I type this filter, you can see that, okay, fine, here is that YoYo @gmail.com. That's one unique value it found in the email. And it can also find sometimes sensitive emails which are not supposed to be disclosed. It just disclosed, like, unfortunately, in some comment section or something like that. And also you can check that where this email came, because all of these entries over here are the ones which show where this email was being used. As you can see, unique result, what are the unique results, and these are the requests where this thing have been requested. For example, if you want to find username as well, you can make a regex search about it. So again, it's so cool. Again, in grep values, you can only search for request and only search for response. Again, that's up to you. You can just do search like this. Okay, if you want to only look for response, now you can see these are in the response and not in the request. So again, something to help you more and better. And as of the options tab, all of these are okay. You can just keep it default. So this is how useful burpsuite Logger++ can be. And again, that's is the reason why it is among the most popular free extensions in burpsuite. And also, if you're looking for some account takeover issue or something, then you can do response dot contains some sensitive word. Okay, equal to okay, contains. Just a second, guys. Okay, maybe I should stick to right clicking on it only. So response dot body, then I'll say contains some. If you're looking for some API key or token, then you can just type API. Then you can see all of this response contains API. Now since API is quite sensitive, it will be better for you to search. And also you can look for some paths as well. You can do response.path. Again, I'm looking for some crazy information which might be helpful to me. Contains /API. For example, if you're looking for /account, and I just type in this thing. Okay, I messed up somewhere. Okay, response dot. Okay, when you're typing response dot path, it should be matches. It should not be contains. Okay, again, I'll just a second, guys. Response dot request. Sorry, not response. So wrong. Request dot path. Then you can say matches. MATCHES. Then whatever you're looking for. For example, if you're looking for something sensitive, you can just type account, and then you can just type this star over there to just find anything after that, and you can press enter. So there is nothing over here which quite matches the account right now. But if I type /account and I do press enter, you can see all of these important account details request. See, account details where the path was account. So again, this might be useful for finding some sensitive details. So you can see how awesome Logger++ is. Just before, I guess you have quite understood what everything is happening, but just for the last second purposes, I'll be showing you the scores as well, finding Csrf as well. So till the time that loads, let me just colorize it. You can also add a make color. Okay, just by clicking add log filter, you can add one more color. So it's also useful. And for changing the color, you just need to click on this and change it to whatever you want. Easy. Now, if we are just solving this lab, right? Csrf. Don't worry, I'm not solving it fully. And if you want to understand what Csrf is, you can go in the description. I have pasted the lab. See, I'll update the email to some yoyo@gmail.com. Now I'll go to burpsuite and I'll type I'll go to Logger++ and I'll type course, and you can see out of all these requests, this one request. Okay, let's not look at this one. Let's look at which request we want. See, it's so quick. You'll now have all the requests. You can just keep on going down and looking for the which one you want. So let's see which one do we want. And all of these requests are actually made by the tool which we made. These are not the requests which are made for us. So again, good for us. So in this way, if we search like this, if the extension actually triggered some vulnerability, then we will be also able to look at this. Okay, let's make a query and look which query looks nice. Okay, in account details only. Let's look at this one. Okay, so again, it can be quite irritating as well, finding each and every vulnerability, because sometimes even your logs get spoiled because of some extensions. So you can just clear the logs and everything will be gone. And then you can again make another request, and after making another request you can update your email, and this another request which you made, now you can look at this. Now you can find something. Okay, I'm searching for cause. Oh, sorry guys, I was searching for the wrong thing. Okay, it was so easy. In one search I got it. Oh lol, Logger++ is indeed amazing. And as you can see, there is an email parameter and there is no CSRF protection token, so I can just check if this is vulnerable to CSRF, sorry, and if it is vulnerable to CSRF, yep, then nice, again I'll solve this lab. So even though I was not actively looking for each and every request by looking for CSRF, but still it helped me find so quickly. It just gave me one result. Yeah, this is potentially vulnerable to CSRF. So again, I hope you like this video. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye. And also do not forget to like, share, subscribe on my YouTube channel over here.